Welcome back to Cityline. With me, I have somebody who warms my heart. Well, he warms a lot of people's hearts, so I'm not alone in that. Every time I drive by the building on I Street, it puts a big smile on my face because I know he's in there making the world better for all of us. I'm talking about Chris Serface. He is the Managing Artistic Director from Tacoma Little Theatre. Hello, Chris.
Hello, Amanda. Thank you so much for having me on today. It's wonderful to see you.
It's great to see you. And I have to tell you, wow, I can't wait until I can see you again so I can try on the jacket.
Any excuse to dress up for you is well worth it. So I had to wear this today, and I will wear it again when I see you in person.
So, Chris, how are things going at Tacoma Little Theatre with the remodel?
Things are going well. I'm sitting in the auditorium today. I decided to do a little bit of a remote shoot for you. The seats are in. The lobby has been painted and is looking wonderful. It's a little bit of a facelift in the lobby, but a full remodel of the auditorium. We went all the way down to the concrete subfloor and rebuilt the rake. The sight lines are better. The seats are actually spaced so you look in between in little windows. They're staggered. It's just a wonderful experience. There's new aisle lighting. It's just great. And we're so looking forward to the time when we can safely bring people back into the auditorium to say hello and show them what we've been doing. It's just been a wonderful experience. Just a little bit more finished work, and then we will be ready. We'll just wait for the time when we can safely open.
I sat in the chairs when the chairs first came out. My daughter and I did. We bought a seat together because she lives in Seattle and I, of course, live in Tacoma. So we figured we'd be up here back and forth. So I just cannot wait to get my body back into that auditorium. In the meantime, you and your amazing team have not missed a beat when it comes to programs that you continually offer. So what are you offering right now?
We have been going strong since March with virtual programming. We haven't done any virtual filmed live stages on show. We've had a stage that's under remodel, so we weren't able to quite do that. But we have been doing programming. We have our block of Friday Night Live, which is our Castmates program, which is a Q&A with casts from past shows. So audience members come and they get to ask questions and talk about what it was like to be a part of that show, along with the cast and crew sharing their stories and the backstage shenanigans of what have happened. This month, we've themed them all to our past holiday shows. So we just finished our Christmas Story Castmates last week. This upcoming week, we have Scrooge, the musical from 2018. And then to close it out on December 18th, we have Homes for the Holidays from last year, that cast reuniting. In addition to that, we do Spacey's, Tacoma's original live space radio serial, which has been around for about 8 years, and we're glad that they've come and landed in our space station here at TLT. It's a fun, about 40-minute long radio serial of the adventures of Commander Rash Blaster Belt and Ensign Jock Jr. in kind of a space comedy radio show, which we're so fortunate to have that here. We also have our Page to Screen program, which we've been so excited about. We have upcoming in January 2 original works by local authors, Skin and Buenas Noches Mama, which are both going to be very powerful stories. And we're looking forward to having those on our screens. And then just because we're not busy enough, we've done some very special holiday programming coming up for the holiday season. We have 3 very distinct, different holiday shows. This year, we decided not to do A Christmas Carol or not to do It's a Wonderful Life, or those shows that we've all seen before. We decided to go a little bit outside the comfort zone and present some unique works. The first one coming up is Friday on the 11th at 7:30 p.m. And it's a mini Doka Christmas, which is stories that are actually collected from Dinsho, which is a nonprofit organization from Japanese American individuals who were incarcerated during World War II during the holidays. It's put together by Aya Hasaguchi Clark, and it's got some great talent, and it's just some beautiful scenes about what it was like to be in those camps during the holidays. So we hope that you'll join us for that. After a mini Doka Christmas, we have coming up Hanukkah Lights in the Big Sky, which is a wonderful story that was brought to us by an author, Buffy Sedlacek, who the script was written for the Minnesota Jewish Children's Theater. And one of our board members found that script and thought it would be a wonderful addition. So we were able to get in contact with the author, who has just moved to Seattle, which was a neat thing to have happen. And she said, let's let you do this reading. So we put together that, and that is on the 19th of December at 7:30 p.m. with a wonderful cast. And then we close out our holiday programming with Washington Irving's Old Christmas, which is adapted and directed by Judy Cullen, who's put it together. And that's going to be on Christmas Eve at 7:30. So that's our holiday programming. It's something different, something that family can come together around the screen and enjoy and hear some stories that they normally haven't heard before during the holiday time.
Tacoma Little Theater has redefined the holidays in terms of everybody and also in terms of how they celebrate. That is amazing. You guys are going to need a good rest when you're done.
We'll be
Of the holidays, you have been known for when school is in session and there's a winter break. You have on stage, when we could be together, always have these wonderful educational offerings that are on. How is that happening now since we are all sheltering in place almost?
Nana Curley, our education director, and her amazing team of artisans who are excellent at educating youth and adults have been working hard since we've gone into the non-live in-person classes. And we've been doing after-school classes since this began, along with adult classes in the evening. For the holiday season, for the winter break camp, Nana tracked down a wonderful script called A Seussified Christmas Carol, which is as if Dr. Seuss had written a Christmas Carol. So it's the familiar themes of that, except it's been Seussified up, which it's hilarious fun. We're going to have probably about 20 to 25 students in that. Enrollments are still available. If you go on our website, it'll give you the information. That starts on December 21st. And we understand that we don't want our students while they're on winter break to be in front of the screen all day. So they're very easily compacted times that the students rehearse. And then they'll have a final show on January 1st, 2021, live via Broadway On Demand, which the link and information will be available on our website for that. So we hope if you have young ones in your lives, you'll point them that way for those classes. And if you want to come see a fun show on New Year's Day, you should come and see that show. And then starting in January, we have a whole slate of new classes coming up for both after school, some dance classes for youth and adults, and some improv classes. So keep your eye on our website for all the great educational opportunities we have.
Chris, let's talk about a phrase called page to screen. What is that?
So Page to Screen came as a brainstorming session of what can we do to our community that gives them opportunities that maybe wouldn't normally be available when we're doing live shows, which for no reason we thought they should be available to them when we're doing live. So we'll be carrying on this program. It won't call Page to Screen because we're not going to be on screens in the future, but we invited local playwrights to submit their scripts. And we've had a great amazing amount of them come in. We've been going through them, curating them, working with the authors, saying maybe this script isn't ready for something like this yet, or maybe this script is perfect. And that's where we came up with Skin by Ana Maria Gurzon and Buenas Noches Mama by Emily Cohen. Both have gone through rewrites. They both workshopped. Their casts had auditions via Zoom, which was a whole new experience for us doing auditions via Zoom. And they put together a phenomenal cast. They'll start rehearsing, and then they will perform that as online staged virtual readings, as some people call it the Brady Bunch style of theater, which is what we're doing right now. But they both have done such a good job speaking to authentic voices of stories that always aren't heard. Skin deals with the tattoo artistry of different cultures, both in the past and in the present, which is a phenomenal way that they're doing a time travel story. And then Buenas Noches Mama is a beautiful story by Emily Cohen that you will have to see because she's put together a great cast. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful, authentic voiced story.
It sounds incredible. So Chris, in these last 3.5 minutes, let's talk about gift ideas for the season and then New Year's plans.
Give the gift of TLT. That's something we would say. We will be back when we are able to be safely back. So that means there will be shows. So we have our gift certificates and flex passes available, which you can buy because those are good anytime. We also have these great TLT masks, which are a lot of fun. If you want to support TLT with your own branded mask, you can buy those. We also have beautiful artwork by Ann DeMille Flood of the front of the TLT building from an original picture of when the expanded theater opened in the 50s, and we've now restored the front of the building to that original 50s look, which we're very excited for you to come and see that. But they're available in coasters, greeting cards, or prints. So you can have your little picture of TLT in your favorite place to kind of remind you that we're still here. We also have our TLT sippy cups, which a lot of you love, available, and we will make sure that we ship them to you. And as long as you get them in by the 21st of December, we'll make sure that you have them by Christmas or Christmas Eve to give to the loved ones in your lives as their holiday gifts. As for the new year, we're looking forward to obviously more page to screen shows, more educational opportunities. We will continue with our Castmates and our Spacey series, and we'll occasionally throw in a few other exciting things until we can safely come back to live in-person theater. But we know we'll be back. It's just a question of looking at that calendar and seeing when the date will be right for both our staff, cast, crews to feel safe, and our patrons to feel safe to come back into the auditorium.
So Chris, until that day, and even when that day arrives and beyond, how can people help Tacoma Little Theater right now?
Keep us in your minds. If you have the means during this time, we are still here. Our annual fund drive goes through the end of the year. We were so fortunate during Giving Tuesday to have a wonderful turnout, but it is that thing where we aren't doing our normal mainstream line of revenue. So we are surviving right now on donations and what we generate through our educational programs. So if you have the means, we are a tax deductible organization. Check with your tax advisor. I'm not a tax professional, but we will be happy to help you have that last end of year deduction.
I love that. You may not be a tax professional, but you dress like one. Chris, who do we need to thank before we say goodbye?
Our community, our patrons, an amazing board of directors that has given great leadership through this time. And as we look forward to the future, the staff that I am so blessed to have the opportunity to work with every day, and those patrons who keep us in our minds. We would not be here without the support of every single one of those individuals from near and from far. We really, truly do appreciate the fact that Tacoma Little Theatre is in its 102nd year, and we can't wait until we can bring you back safely into the auditorium to celebrate together the successes of what we've been able to do.
Well, that wraps up another great segment of Cityline. When I say it truly is an honor and a privilege to be in your home, I mean it. We have given you some really great things to think about in this past hour, things that you can do virtually from the safety and comfort of your home during this time. And I want to remind you, please, wear your mask, wear your gloves, socially distance, but please reach out to those people who are around you. We are all going through a really rough time, and we need each other more than ever. And when you do all that and come on back, we'll be waiting for you right here at Cityline. Take care.
Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Oh, you're from Seattle. Oh, you're from LA. Oh, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Oh, you're from Seattle. Oh, you're from LA. Oh, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. From the fires to the loam. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home. The place I call my own. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Oh, you're from the east end. Oh, you're from Green Bay. Oh, you're from Atlanta, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Oh, you're from the east end.